If I am not for myself, who will be for me? But if I am only for myself, what am I? If not now, then when? These are words of Hillel. And I realized through my lifetime that there's something missing. And what's missing is, if not me, then who? So if I'm not for myself, who will be for me? While I go through some of this presentation, I want you to let your mind recede back and the ideas that you have in your head, and open up your mind, not your heart, I would say, and your soul to receive and to listen and to hear with your soul and not just your intellect. Today I'm going to tell you a very short story about the beggar and the treasure. Okay. Today I'm going to tell you a story about the beggar and the treasure. There was a beggar that sat on the road. Thank you. Can you stop this? Thank you. So remember, that's okay, we can deal with technology. We're still here together. There was a beggar that sat on the road. And he sat on the road for more than 30 years on a really quite shabby box. He sat there for 30 years trying to figure out how to make his dreams come true by begging for pennies. As you know, after 30 years of begging, he didn't really have very much. One day, a young man walked past him, and as he did with everybody else, he said, "Excuse me, can you spare some change, some pennies?" And as a young man, he had much to offer, but he didn't have any money. And he said, "I'm really sorry, but I don't have money. But what are you sitting on there?" And the older man just dismissed it. "It's just a box, it's an old box." And the young man started to think, "I don't have money, but maybe there's something in that box that he can use to get money." So he said to him, "Have you looked in the box?" And the older man said, "Of course I didn't look in the box. There's nothing in the box. There's nothing there." But the young man was quite persistent. He said, "But did you actually look in the box?" And the older man said, "No, I haven't looked in the box. But let me try now." He opened up the box, and to his disbelief, for 30 years in this tattered box, he was sitting on gold and treasures. This story reminds us that inside of us are our treasure. When we wait for others to give to us, when we look outside of ourselves, when we look to everyone else to figure out what we can do for ourselves in our lives, we are missing the greatest treasure of all, which is out inside of us. That treasure doesn't have to look good. It can be in the most tattered box, the most unassuming place you will find. Not just the power within you, but you will also find what is it about you and your life and about your passion to give to others. I'd like you to remember today that you are the greatest, that you are the treasure. What you have to do, though, is have stamina. And you have to remember, stamina means that you keep going. If you can't find it the first time, if you can't find it the second time, and you don't know what your power is, you don't know what your strength is, you don't give up. You keep looking. You keep looking. And once you find that strength, and once you find that power, I ask you to please share it with others. Can I please have the next slide? Thank you. Some of you young people know this song. It's called The Greatest. Thank you. Uh-oh. I I got stamina. I got stamina. I got stamina. I got stamina. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. No, no, no. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. No, no, no. I'm free to be the greatest. I'm alive. I'm free to be the greatest here tonight. The greatest, the greatest, the greatest alive. The greatest alive. Uh-oh. I got stamina. Thank you. Thank all of you. So here it is. If I am not for myself, what am I? If I'm not for myself, what am I? We're going to go once again, not to the intellect, but to the heart and the soul. And we're going to let it do by Unwritten. If any of you know this, please listen. Oh, oh. I break tradition. Sometimes my tries are outside the line. We've been conditioned to not make mistakes, but I can't live that way. Standing at the blank page before you, open up the dirty window, let the sun shine, and name the words that you cannot mind. Reaching for something in the distance, so close you can almost taste it. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is where your book begins. Feel the rain on your skin. No one else can feel it for you, only you can let it in. No one else can speak the words on your lips. Drench yourself in words unspoken. Live your life with arms wide open. Today is the day. This is the day your book begins. And it's still unwritten. Today is where your book begins. Open up your heart, pull out your pen, and don't worry about making mistakes. It's really important to know that you can write your own book, that you can make your own history, that you don't have to worry about making mistakes. And today is the day when your life begins. So, when do we do this? Tomorrow? When I have more money? When I have more time? After I get married? We all have this, don't we? We think, you know what, I can find the treasure within myself, I can find the power within myself when I have time. I don't have any time now. But here's the key. You have to find time. You have to find the time within yourself. You have to find those moments when there's nobody else around, when you can connect to the most powerful part of the universe. You have to find those times when you can actually connect to the power within you. That treasure is not outside of you, it's within you. So then you have to understand, if not now, then when? You can't wait. You can't let your life pass by without doing what you need to do. So Desiree basically gives us a way to do it. First, I'm going to read a poem called Our Deepest Fear. This poem is very important to me because it's a poem that also helps me to do all kinds of work all over the world and gives me the strength and the inner peace to do what I know that is correct. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond belief. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. So we ask ourselves, Who am I to be brilliant, to be gorgeous, to be talented, and who to be fabulous? But actually, who are you not to be? We are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. We were born to manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some people. It's actually in every single solitary person in this audience, but also in the world. It's in all of us. And as we let our own light shine, unconsciously, we give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fears, our presence liberates others. So now let's hear how Desiree comes up with this. If you know this song, or some of it, please feel free to express yourself in song.
Listen as your day unfolds, challenge what the future holds. Try and keep your head up to the sky. Lovers, they may cause you tears. Go ahead, release your fears. Stand up and be counted, don't be ashamed to cry. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be wiser. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day. Hear what your mother said, read the books your father had. Try to solve the puzzles in your own sweet time. Some may have more cash than you, some may take a different view. You gotta be bad, you gotta be bold, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be hard, you gotta be tough, you gotta be stronger. You gotta be cool, you gotta be calm, you gotta stay together. All I know, love will save the day.
You should give yourselves a round of applause. Bravo. So, Hillel did the 3. But I said to myself, this is great, but if not me, then who? And as most of you know, Michael Jackson said who? I'm looking at the woman in the mirror. I'm looking at myself to make that change. I'm looking at myself to do what is needed. Yes, yes, yes. The light of God and the power shines within all of us. But all of us have responsibility to find that light, to find that greatness, to find that treasure, and then to share it with others. So what we have to do is look for it within ourselves. So if it's not me making the world better, then who? And nobody did it better than Michael Jackson. So if you know this, or if you want to clap or not, I just want you to listen to this and take it in.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life.
It's gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right.
As I turn up the collar,
come on, you can do it. Let that light shine.
The wind is blowing.
That's what I'm talking about. Yalla.
I see the kids in the street with not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see them need?
Let your light shy. Come on, you can do it. Don't be shy. Bravo.
They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's the one I want you to know. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking God to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make the change.
Come on, you can do it. Let's go.
Na 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 na. I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love.
Been a victim
It's
of
time that
selfish
I
kind of love.
realize there was love with no home, not a nickel to love. Could it be pretending that they're not alone? Oh, willow deep in sky, somebody's broken heart and washed out dreams. They follow the pattern of the wind, you see, and they got no ways to be.
That's why I'm starting with me. Come on.
I'm starting with the woman in the mirror. I'm asking her to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer.
If I want to make the world a better place, I gotta look at myself and make that change.
I'm starting with the woman in the mirror. I'm asking her to change her ways, and no message could have been any clearer.
If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make the change. If I am not for myself, who will be for me? If I am only for myself, what am I? If not now, then when? If not me, then who? It's important to take the treasure and look within yourself and make that change.